Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Sketchy. Today, I managed to get my good friend Dave with me back again on the channel. Hello, buddy. How are you doing?
Fantastic. How's life going for you?
It is summertime in Norway, a whopping 25 degrees Celsius. Now, for a American who lives in warmer areas, or an Australia who lives in
Yeah.
well, hell. Uh, that is not really warm, but for a Norwegian who's used
No.
to snow a lot of the time, that is actually pretty darn warm.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah. So I'm making Trim draw Ghost Rider for me today.
Yes.
Um well, I offered and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do that." It's like, or I asked and he was like, "Yeah, I can do that." It's like, "Sweet." So because I've been on a Nick Cage kick lately.
Good.
It's a little like it's a little slow at my work, but mostly I usually listen to podcasts or something all day at work, but instead I've just been turning on movies on my phone, and I've been on a Nick Cage kick lately,
Dude,
and
Nick
so
Cage is always good. He's a darn treat because Nick Cage, while he is hammy as hell, he always just brings his max at everything he does. He doesn't
oh
fool
yeah,
around. When Nick Cage is there, you know he's gonna do his damnedest every single time.
oh yeah, absolutely, dude. He's on in a good way in every one of his movies, you
Yeah.
know. So but yeah, so last week last Friday I watched um Next, and then Knowing, which is a really cool movie. Um, and then I watched Renfield, which
Which was
was a
a
new
Dracula one, right?
that's the one where he plays Dracula. Yeah. Um, and then the last one I watched was Ghost Rider, and it just reminded me of like how much I loved Ghost Rider as a kid, and I didn't, or I used to have a big Ghost Rider poster on my wall, and I really loved the Ghost Rider art. The guy that was drawing him at that time was called Max Texeira, and he's a really great comic book artist. He's still really good. I don't know if he's working on any comics right now, but anyhow, so he did the uh, the Johnny Blaze part of the Johnny Blaze run in the late '80s and '90s for um, Ghost Rider, and then but Ghost Rider goes back to his first appearance is in '72 or something. Ghost Rider's been around for a long time, and it was Johnny Blaze for a really long time until I think it was it was the '80s, and it was the '80s when they introduced the second Ghost Rider character. Um, and the way they do that, because Ghost Rider is he's a normal dude, but he's possessed by the spirit of vengeance, is what. Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta say it the
but
same way that Nick Cage does, like
yeah,
the spirit of vengeance.
the spirit of vengeance. Yeah, so but the but the demon actually has a name. The demon's name is Zarathos,
Oh.
and he's a direct enemy of Mephisto.
Wait,
And so,
that's Marvel Satan.
yeah, no, actually, it's not Marvel Satan, because Satan exists in the Marvel universe too.
Oh.
Because Damien Hellfire is Satan's son, Blackheart is Mephisto's son, and they're separate people. So Mephisto rules in hell, though. Mephisto is the ruler of hell. Um, I don't know the entire part of that, but so Mephisto is the ruler of hell, and at one point, Zarathos tried to usurp the throne from Mephisto, and then they fought, and Mephisto eventually won and enslaved Zarathos, and now he uses him as the spirit of vengeance, as like his tool, right? So his
The deal he
punishment
makes, right?
from Mephisto, yeah, his punishment from Mephisto is that Mephisto makes him bond with these humans, and the humans don't really necessarily want to, right? Like Johnny Blaze did make a deal with the devil. He made the deal with Mephisto, but he didn't know that this was going to happen. You know, just like in the movie, he didn't know he was going to be turned into the Ghost Rider.
That's usually how deals with the devil go. There's always a caveat.
Yeah. And so one of the interesting things about it, though, is that because so Zarathos works for Mephisto, like he's Mephisto's servant, but he hates Mephisto, and so he's constantly wanting to work against him. And so that really helps, like, the Ghost Rider character is always kind of battling against evil, he's Mephisto's guy, but he's not evil. You know, he fights evil. Like, that's how it goes. And so one of the really cool storylines that I like, or one of the really cool comics, and my brother had it when I was a kid, and I read it then, and I hadn't seen it for a long time, but is when Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider fights the Hulk. Yeah, he fights the Hulk, and it's like I was in 1997 when that issue came out. Ghost Rider fights the Hulk, and which is a really cool face-off, right? Like I love the Hulk too, so I love the Hulk fighting anybody, you know, because the way they have to do it to make it interesting, instead of just, you know, Hulk smash and crushes everything, you know, they have to throw reasonably powered opponents at the Hulk. And so it's cool to see, like the Hulk is kind of like he's the upper limit in some ways, right? Like, he's the upper limit of what most Earth-based heroes could possibly fight.
The thing about him is the same with Superman in many ways. He is, in terms of strength, he's kind of the peak of it.
Yeah. He's the strongest. He's definitely the strongest. And so when they throw heroes against the Hulk, or bad guys against the Hulk, it's a really cool thing for me to watch. And so Ghost Rider fighting the Hulk is really cool. And it shows just like the Ghost Rider is like the real deal. You know, he's not a
pushover.
You know, he's not a pushover, and he's not just kind of like a skeleton guy that's going to get knocked around. You know, no. He went toe to toe with the Hulk for a bit, but then he decided like, I can't do this. Like, one, because he knew that the Hulk and Bruce Banner were at odds very much, and the way he encounters the Hulk is because Johnny Blaze himself is on the run and in hiding because of this. The Ghost Rider keep appearing, like the Ghost Rider keeps coming out of him, and so he, you know, like, as you would imagine, he's not like super welcomed places, and so he gets chased off because nobody wants a flaming headed monster guy. And he doesn't want to hurt people. You know, Johnny Blaze doesn't want to kill people. Not in the same way that the Spirit does. Right? He wants to take vengeance, you know, but he's not willing to do the same, like the wanton destruction kind of thing. And so that's what ultimately ended the fight between them, is that he saw that, like, oh, too many people are going to get hurt if we keep doing this fight. And Hulk's not evil, so there's no reason for him to fight him. It's like Hulk is just really troubled. And so, like, it was a cool it's like a cool it's a cool fight between two people that had their stuff thrust upon them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so it was a
Hulk people
versus...
who have a alternate, more powerful entity they have to house. Because Banner houses Hulk, who is literally the strongest there is.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well, but he never asked for that, you know?
no,
Like,
he didn't. But and then you have one guy who, well, he didn't ask for this, but he did make a Faustian bargain.
yeah, he made a deal. But yeah. But yeah, so it's like they're both really tragic figures in their own way. Johnny Blaze very much less so, because he did make a deal with the devil, you know.
Yep.
But that's another thing that's like I've always liked about the Hulk, is because he's such a tragic figure. But he's far less accepted than Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider's been on a bunch of hero team ups, and he's widely recognized, I think, by most heroes as at least not a bad guy. Maybe not a good guy, but not an actively evil bad guy.
Nope. And here's another thing. Ghost Rider beat Galactus in a series too. I remember seeing a cartoon as a kid where the Ghost Rider rode in, Galactus had arrived on Earth, and the Ghost Rider basically forced him to endure every single living creature he had killed.
Man, yeah. Well, that's the that's the theme. That's how he beats the bad guy in the Nick Cage movie. Yeah. But yeah, that would, because it would be easier with Thanos hitting him with the Galactus hitting him with the penance stare. Because Ghost Rider has proven to be more powerful than some cosmic entities, but not. But it's really kind of like I don't know. It changes from time to time, obviously.
Yeah, there gotta be some power scaling to avoid too much, too little.
Right. And so, but again, and this is, and you were saying before the stream, it's that edgy 80s motif, or 80s 90s motif with the skulls and the chains.
Yep.
It's another, because I love all the guys with skulls and chains. Like Lobo's skulls and chains. Ghost Rider's definitely skulls and chains.
Spawn.
So Spawn is really cool too. I didn't watch all the shows. I actually had the first 13 of the original run on that. I'm not sure what happened to him. But Todd McFarlane was great back in the day. But anyhow, so we're talking about Ghost Rider. But so I had, when I was a kid, I had a giant Ghost Rider poster on my wall that, like, one of my friends got it for me for my birthday or something one year.
Oh yeah.
But it ended up being one of my favorite posters ever. It was so badass. And yeah, he's an interesting character too, because he just looks like a flaming skull that just looks evil, right? Like he's the biker from hell. It's like, that seems like he should be evil, but it's like, no, it's not. He's actually the opposite of that.
He, in a way, uses evil to defeat evil, because
he
again,
does.
The spirit of vengeance is a demon, right?
He is, and he's not a good demon. You know, he wanted to rule hell. So,
I mean, there aren't really any good demons. You're a demon. You're
right,
evil by your nature, by your very existence.
It's kind of the thing. Like, being a demon kind of makes you not good generally.
Yep.
But you know, the power can be used for good.
Oh yeah. The thing is, the demons are evil, but power itself tends to be very neutral.
Yeah, power's kind of amoral generally. So, yeah, I'm digging how this is coming along.
Yeah. Just a warning for everyone in chat: when it comes to technical drawings,
Yeah, I keep putting him up to shit.
Oh, Dave, why must you give me your hardest challenges?
Please, J-Man.
Oh, but yeah, c'est la vie is what the gay people south of England says. French, in case Bethel has a sense
Oh,
of
you
that
mean
one.
the Senegalese? Is that what you mean? No.
Your words, not mine.
Uh,
Let's
but yeah,
see.
Ghost Rider's teamed up with a bunch of characters too. He's teamed up with the Fantastic Four. He teamed up with let me see. I've got a bunch of shit written down here into it.
Does he team up with Spider-Man?
He has teamed up with Spider-Man.
Badass.
He's teamed up with. He's appeared in a bunch of different comics. And really, I started getting into, like, I just wanted to look at the. I wanted to look at some of the art because then I was like, man, I don't know why I never did. Why I never did a Ghost Rider painting when I was painting, and it bummed me out. And so,
Well, we know what you're gonna do when you get back to painting, bro.
right?
Oh, we can. Oh, dude, idea. Collab. Next collab,
Oh.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, if I can ever, yeah, dude, when I get back to painting, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, damn right. Let's see.
Let's see. So, just looking, I'm looking some things up here.
That's right. But, so, what kind of story was the first one of Ghost Rider you found? If you can remember that.
You know, I think maybe one of my first introductions to it was through that comic.
Where he fought the
through
Hulk?
Yeah, where he fought the Hulk and all that stuff. My older brother was super into comic books when I was growing up, and so he'd tell me all about them, and then he'd let me read some sometimes. But he was an older brother, and it was collector's items, so he'd let his grubby little brother mess with them, which I can totally respect. You know, I can totally respect, and we were very cautious. We didn't fuck with Doug's comics. But he did. So he would tell me about all this stuff, and then Marvel used to put out these comics that were called. They were like appendixes. It was kind of just basically like the Wikipedia article for each hero in a comic book. It was the Marvel universes, and so you could get those books and you can look and it would say which comic appearances they were in and what their first appearance was and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It'd give a summary of their powers and all that stuff. So they were just little cool things, the Marvel Universe comics. And so that, you know, introduced me to a lot of the lore on a lot of the characters too.
Yeah, back when
So-
Marvel was cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, their Daredevil. And of course, yeah, he spent a lot of time with Blade and Doctor Strange. Yeah, Ghost Rider and
Strange too?
Doctor Strange have done a lot together.
You know, now that you say it, it does make sense, but
Yeah.
I never really imagined that. I can imagine Blade, but well, it does make sense. Wait, does
Yeah.
that mean Ghost Rider has helped fight Dormammu?
Possibly.
I do like Dormammu.
I don't know. I have to look into that. Maybe. He was in the Midnight Suns with Blade, Morbius, Doctor Strange, and then he was on the Champions with Hercules, Black Widow, Angel, and Iceman.
Hercules.
That was a really brief run. Yeah, Hercules. He was one of the.
Oh yeah, another
He's
one
like super
where
strong. He's Hercules from Greek mythology. That's who he
Yeah.
is.
what my earliest issue with Marvel is always how they bastardize mythologies.
Well, yeah, they had to do something to make them their own, and to make them make sense within the framework of the Marvel universe. Now, why they needed to include him, I don't know.
I
but I
mean,
think it's a good. I think some of them are good storyline.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
some of
yeah.
them
I'm
are
not saying
cool.
you can't. I'm just still kind of annoyed of how they butchered Thor.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well,
Marvel Thor is crappy. Honestly, every iteration of every version of Thor I've seen from any kind of American media is crappy.
Well,
The best Thor is of course from the worst game that involves any kind of Norse mythology, and that is the God of War games. They're the only ones who actually
oh,
managed to do his design correctly, at least.
they have the Fat Thor.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
what
not
you're
just
talking about.
it's
Yeah.
not fat. It is like proper strongman Thor, how he
Right,
should
right,
be.
right.
Because we're talking about a dude who can drink a
It's like
ocean
stout.
of yeah, he can drink an ocean
Right.
of beer and a mountain of food and still go out for more.
Yeah. Well,
Not
that's
this.
because they're all going with the Marvel Thor version of Thor.
Yeah, but they didn't have
The
to make him this
Helmsworth.
ye olde knight dude with a feather cap.
You
I
know,
know
that was an interesting stylistic choice. I don't know why they did that.
that's probably
I
from
don't know
some of
why
the old German or
they
old.
gave him the winged helmet.
Well,
It's like
he
the
does
winged
have it in
Hussar
some
helmet or something like that.
He
Yeah,
does
he's
have
got
those
Valkyries and
helmets
shit with him
in
too.
some mythological interpretations. I still think it looks lame.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
But so,
I mean, it was the first Thor that I knew of because I didn't grow up in Hurdy Land where that shit comes from.
hey, it's not my
So
fault you didn't grow up a place with any culture. What? Shots fired.
But
Hey, you gave me some shit. I gotta give some back, right?
no, that was just funny. But uh, but yeah, so um, shit, I forgot what we were talking about. I forgot where we were at. Just
Talking
let's
about
just
my
start
constant bitching about Thor,
talk
and
shit.
you were.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
about yeah. So the Marvel's Thor was my first introduction to him, and when I was a kid, at some point, like a kindergartner, when I was a kindergartner, I had a Thor T-shirt,
Right?
and I know this because I've seen pictures of it. Like I don't remember, but apparently I had a Thor T-shirt that I liked to wear when I was a kid. That's kind of funny to watch. But
I'm not good with chains, so I'm kind of
yeah.
cheaping out on it. Hope you don't mind.
Oh no, yeah. It's your drawing, dude. You got to do what
Yep.
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm just watching the process. It's really interesting.
You?
But so yeah, Ghost Rider's teamed, but he's a really cool character, so it would make sense that they would include him. You know, like you would try to include him in storylines.
Right.
Because, like, come on.
Ghost Rider is a dude possessed by a spirit that turns him into a flaming skeleton, and every vehicle he's
Yeah.
in essentially just becomes this fiery death machine.
Right? Flaming Skull Biker, the magic
Yes.
motorcycle that can ride on water and ride up buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind of overpowered, and of course, like from the Nick Cage movies, the second movie has the coolest fucking Ghost Rider tool, the fucking Earth Mover. What do you call that massive machine?
Oh, god damn! It's been so long since I've watched that. The big, the big tractor.
Yes. God, I love that.
Yeah. Shit. I gotta find a better tour. I gotta find it. I want to watch that movie again. It's been so long. But yeah, I thought the special effects in that movie, in the Ghost Rider movie, were actually like pretty cool.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought the character design was good. Like I really liked how they did the character design.
Yeah. Knocking at the door. He's knocking at the door. Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
huge
and
Nick
then-
Cage man, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, dude, that Knowing show, I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Maybe not.
Like, so it was about, so these guys go, there's a time capsule. Some girl in the 50s wrote, a letter and put it in a time capsule. It wasn't a letter; it was a series of numbers. And so Nick Cage has a son, and has a son. His wife died, and they get the letter, and he's an astrophysicist, and he starts looking at the letter, noticing a pattern, and noticing that it's the date, the number of people killed, and the coordinates for a bunch of major accidents for the last 50 years. So it was like the date for 9/11. It predicts all of these disasters. The one where his wife was killed, it predicted that one. And then it gets to the very last one, and it's like EE is the last end of everything. So at the very last prediction is the end of everything. Yeah, and so I've spoiled part of it for you. I won't spoil more of it for you. But
Spoiler alert.
But the ending was really cool, and it was really like it was interesting. It was really kind of thought-provoking, and so. But then I watched Next, and that's the movie where he sees into the future, and it's a lot goofier. It's a lot more lighthearted.
Is that the one where he ends up, he walks through getting shot repeatedly?
Yeah,
at some point?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he does.
sees where, in order to know where the bullets go.
Right.
Oh,
So like he's
cool.
walking towards the guy that's shooting at him, and he's kind of dodging the bullets because he knows where the guy's gonna shoot.
Yeah, but I like it though, because it shows why he's able to
Yeah.
dodge it, because he dies all the way over there, and then he gets there.
Oh yeah. No, and it was cool the part in there where he's like they're in the warehouse and he's trying to figure out where everything is, and it does that like where he's standing there like concentrating, and there's different clones of him going out all over the place around looking to see if he can find anything. Like I thought that was just super cool. Like, because it made sense. It's like, because that's, I think, kind of what it would be. Like, if he's looking at all these different futures, possible futures.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that was really, so that's when I watched that one, and then Renfield, that was, that's got the kid from,
Dirty looking
Christ.
kid, yeah.
Yeah,
I know who
he's
you
from
mean.
that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the hell is the show, but he's okay in that movie. But they have this like kind of insufferable millennial girl boss as his love interest and sidekick, and so if you can get past her, then it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, well,
Um,
is she worse than Zendaya, or?
oh no, no,
Okay,
no,
then I
no.
can stomach
She's
it.
she's just a little grating is all. She's not like, yeah, she's not wholly unlikable.
You know, it's stuff like that that makes me glad we haven't gotten a Dresden Files movie or series yet, because you know they're gonna screw
Well,
up Murphy.
they did do a series. I don't think they had Murphy
No,
in
they
the
didn't.
series actually.
They
So,
didn't.
yeah.
They didn't make a series of Dresden Files. What are you talking about?
The old sci-fi one. That's how I first heard about it. I had not heard about
I
Dresden
found it through
Files before that
the
show.
series as well, and
Yeah.
honestly, Dresden Files the series is an okay show, but it's not a Dresden Files story.
It's not. It totally doesn't make sense, a lot of it. Like,
Nothing.
Bob is not the same, and
Bob is a dead wizard in a skull, and
yeah.
they tried doing something, but if you want to watch it. It's a okay TV
Yeah.
series, but it ain't Dresden Files.
And the guy they cast for Harry was like,
Actually, he fit pretty well.
he was short. He was short. That was
was
my
short?
one thing about it. Now, looking back at the show after reading all the books, I'm like, he was way too short, because Harry was kind of an imposing guy.
Oh yeah, Harry
Like
is
Harry,
tall as fuck.
yeah, he's like 6'5" or something like that. Like, he's a big dude.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
Jim Butcher didn't make Harry Dresden a bitch, dude. Harry Dresden's a scrapper.
Oh yeah. We should probably talk about that when we get to a higher Dresden in the series.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
really about Dresden files.
But you know, I mean, Harry Dresden and Ghost Rider have kind of similar things in that they are they're using their power for good. And sometimes, like, Harry had that Hellfire power in him for a bit, and that's what Ghost Riders is. So, yeah, if you haven't read it, so there's a little bit, and they're both people that are just trying to do good. They're just trying to do the right thing.
For past
like,
mistakes, and that's
right.
Those are, in my opinion, at least in my opinion, one of the best heroes. One of the best types of heroes. The ones who've made mistakes, they are desperately trying to make up for those mistakes, but they also aren't any fools about how the world works.
Right.
So they know sometimes you gotta break a few kneecaps in order to let the good guys win.
Yeah, kind of the anti-hero thing in a way. Kind of like
very much
the Punisher. You know, like Punisher's totally a vigilante anti-hero.
Yes,
like
but
the
he's
hero
also
part's
highly
kind of
competent too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like him because the Punisher is a former lawman broken down by the current system, right? A failed system. So his reaction is more cathartic than anything else.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is, and that's kind of how they portray him in all the shows too, or all the movies they put him in, or anything. It's he's a man that just got pushed a bit too far.
Oh yeah.
And is exacting revenge more than anything.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. No,
Trying to see if Ghost Rider and the Punisher.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. The later reversions. The Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider never teamed up with the Punisher, but the Danny Ketch is the guy who took over the mantle of the Ghost Rider from Johnny Blaze. He took the spirit, and an interesting part about that is, so briefly, when the spirit left Johnny, he got sent to hell and ended up taking the throne of hell. Briefly, yeah.
I'm sure that made Mephisto a happy boy.
yeah, because Mephisto was gone, and so he took the throne of hell while Mephisto was out doing shit. So yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
But that's a whole nother storyline. Yeah, Johnny Blaze. See, and that's another thing Marvel has a tendency to do, is take the so they'll take the mantle from one character and give it to another one, but then keep that character around.
Yeah.
Like they did it with they did it with Thor.
No, they didn't.
You know, and well, I mean, in the 80s they did it with Thor. It was the 80s or 90s, I can't remember when it was exactly, but they gave another dude became worthy and took the mantle of Thor, which was how they used to turn it into create Jane Foster Thor later, the Femme Thor, which is fucking stupid. So yeah,
you can't hear it, but I'm currently silently raging right now.
Yeah. Trim's having a hard time drawing because his eyes are rolling so friggin' hard.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult drawing when my eyes are in the back of my skull, dude. I beg of you, please stop.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but,
seriously,
so
it is the dumbest shit. Like how Ghost Rider now is this Hispanic guy, and his mask is literally just a bad parody of the Bleach Hollow masks.
Yeah, of course it is. Well, that's because the kids who wrote it, or the people who wrote it, aren't smart. They're not talented. They're not good.
They're not good at creating stories.
There's not a lot of good. Like, I don't know if Marvel has any like really good writers working for them right now. Of course,
they've chased them all away. They chased them all away.
You know, but they have, but they chased away a lot of the fans too, because as a result of them being so shitty for so long, I stopped giving a fuck about what's happening in Marvel Comics right now. And I'm kind of like, you know what? Take it. Fucking wreck everything. I don't give a shit, because I still have the comics from when I was a kid, and I have the characters from when I was a kid. I still remember all that stuff. So you guys can go ahead and wreck it and take the new properties and make them trash, or make them whatever the kids like now.
It's the thing that the kids don't even like it.
No, they don't.
The kids hate it.
No, they're given a. It's just the shit they're given.
Yeah. And as soon as they find the old stuff, they're like, "Holy crap! What the hell is this?
Right.
Wait, this is good?"
Well, it's because a lot of the new comics is just self-insert bullshit all over the place, or written for their small little club of mean girl friends. You know, like they're not written for a full audience anymore.
No. I would like to say what they are written for, but that would get me.
Yeah, they're just not for me.
Yeah.
That's really what it's come down to. Is they're no longer designed to be appealing to me.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine. There's plenty of other things that I can do. Right? Like, I don't need to partake in media that pushes me away, because I don't need to try to force my way back in there either, because especially for like comics and stuff like that. Maybe because shit, if you don't want me and you don't want my money, then you're not gonna have it. And if you keep doing that to everybody, then nobody's gonna give you it. Then you'll have nothing. Like, eventually you're gonna have to try to appeal or set a standard and hold to it. So
standards, the one thing that they are deathly afraid of, because that means they have to put in effort. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the future is indie and would always be indie.
But yeah, so that's the kind of similar to Magic. Like, it's because I've been playing Magic for so long, and some of the stuff sucks so hard, but I make up for that by just printing my cards at home. Like, I don't play professionally, I play casual with my friends, and I have a color printer for everybody and anybody to use that needs to. So if we want to have certain cards, and we just print a copy, we print a proxy of it.
Yeah.
Like,
there's
maybe
a
I'll
reason
get that
why
in
I
paper
love
someday.
the high seas. I really love the high seas. Just saying, you know, feel the sea breeze as you sail.
Yeah.
Yahar.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I use I still use for most things. Just use it through Brave browser.
Yeah.
It's funny, they have an ad that pops up on there now, because they always have ads. You just can't get away from it. But I'm using Brave on my phone. I torrent everything through my phone. Because, well, I have a VPN on my phone, but then also I did it before I had the VPN, because T-Mobile doesn't give a shit if you're movies.
No, I don't think we can talk about in here. That's why I was kind of trying to be subtle about it, Dave.
Oh. Oh yeah. So, my bad. T-Mobile doesn't care if you are downloading.
Yeah.
Or going to.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, they've got a weird pop-up on there now that says you're being tracked, and it's supposed to show your IP address, but mine's all blocked, so it doesn't show anything. It's like the scare ad doesn't. Scare ad just shows me that my actual security stuff is kind of working. Yeah.
I feel vindicated in my purchase. Thank you very much.
Right. Yeah. So anyhow,
Yeah.
so back to Ghost Rider.
And another tangent on Trim's Art Check.
Right.
As we tend to do. That is not a complaint. That is just an accept. I just accept how things are.
Yep. But
Let's see.
yeah, I had a I liked, I really, I saw the Ghost Rider movie in theaters when it first came out. And it was cool. It was cool. It's Nick Cage being Ghost Rider. But the special effects on it were still pretty dope now.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean,
They
you
do
can say
look a
that
little
about
bit.
a lot of fucking series and movies. Like,
I think
look,
so.
yeah, just look at Starship Troopers, okay? The first Starship Troopers movie.
Oh yeah.
That is some of the best use of CGI and animatronics
It still
ever.
looks great.
In
Yeah.
many ways, it's better than Star Wars. The effects.
Oh, don't get me started on that. But yeah. No, it's really good. Like they
No, I'm
did a
talking about
really
the
good job
original. I'm
on
talking
that.
about the
So,
original trilogy, dude. In many ways,
well,
the Starship Troopers movie essentially took the lessons learned from the original Star Wars
oh
movies
right.
and perfected them. Because even today, in so many of the scenes, the arachnids look real.
They totally do. And it's like, when was that? That movie's from forever ago. Um,
Early
early
90s?
2000s.
No, it's early
Is it the
90s.
late 90s? Is it?
I think it's the early
Okay,
90s actually.
I mean, that's worth a Google. '97, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it was the late 90s. I thought it was the early
Yeah,
90s.
late '90s. I that period is so blurry and jumbled to me because I had a brand new baby.
Aw.
And so that's when my daughter was born in '97, all that stuff. So so when anything that happened in like pretty much anything that happened from when I graduated in high school until after 9/11 all kind of occurs in the same time to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
3 to 5 years,
I was
shit
kind
like
of
that
thinking
tends to
like
blur.
early 2000s and shit. But anyhow, um, but yeah, dude, that movie, that Starship Troopers had great special effects. It still holds up. Like,
Yeah.
it's still, you can see some things where it was like, oh, it's a little, like, oh, maybe, like now, maybe those bugs would look a little more realistic, but they still look good.
No,
And the
seriously,
whole,
the if you look at the movie now, there are moments where the CGI and the practical effects are perfectly blended,
oh yeah,
where the bugs look real. And I haven't seen it like Avatar couldn't even copy that. You know the one with the blue
oh
people?
yeah, yeah,
Dancing with
no.
Wolves, but with blue people.
Ugh, dude, I started watching Avatar 2, like, I it, said it again. So I it,
Hmm.
okay,
Not any better, dude.
damn it. So
You watched
so
it,
I watched
huh?
Star. Anyhow, so I started watching Star. Or I started watching Avatar 2,
Right?
and I got like half an hour into it. I'm like, God, this sucks. And I
Yes.
stopped watching it. Like, this is dumb. I don't
The
care about anybody or anything in this movie. It sucked. And so,
only
yeah,
reason to watch that movie is if you like mechs, because holy crap, the mechs in those movies
yeah.
are cool. The sole freaking reason to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I I watched the first one when it came out. It's like, oh, that was great. But then that movie certainly doesn't hold up
No.
like to repeated watches. Um it just yeah. It was one of those, that movie was a shiny movie. That's what it was.
Shining?
They made it Yeah, because it was a special effect movie, so it was like shiny, jingling the keys, like, oh, look at the
Oh yeah,
birdie,
Shiny. I
look at the
thought I
birdie.
thought I thought you said The Shining.
Oh no, a shiny movie. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Like it's a movie that's just puts out a lot of special effects and everything to cover a really dumb story.
Yeah. It's
Um,
it's less than a popcorn movie.
yes, 100%, I agree. Because yeah, like it might be worth a watch once because it's a very like cool visually cool movie.
Oh yeah.
Um, and it's got like bright glowy neon things, which is another thing I like. But I don't know, the story's just dumb.
It
I mean,
is.
unobtainium,
Yeah.
unobtainium.
Don't
Like
you
whoever came up
see
with that should have been
don't you
punched
see
in
the
the head.
subtle nuance
Oh,
and the completely original word usage?
it's so hard. Well, it's
I
not.
I think they're
Unobtainium's been
talking
used a
about oil,
dozen
dude. I think they're
times,
talking about oil.
right? It's like, oh, it's like, oh, we're just gonna call it. They should just call it the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Hey, here's what we have here is the MacGuffin. And you're gonna fight over the MacGuffin, and it's and we're just gonna call it that because unobtainium is as dumb a name as MacGuffin. Like calling something unobtainium is as stupid as just calling it a MacGuffin.
It's like
That's such.
it's like you're doing the whole winking to the audience. Like, this is a stupid thing, haha. But we're still gonna keep the whole reason about the unobtainium
See,
is to get cool fights with mechs against monsters. Now, for some reason, the heroes lost in that movie, which is
I
tragic.
I would have been, yeah,
Come on,
if they
the
would have
humans
just
were the
been,
good guys. The humans were definitely the good
yeah.
guys.
Well, it's just, it's so stupid.
It is. It is.
And really, I think that someone who wrote that thought that was kind of clever, and thought that it would be like I don't think the person who came up with that did it completely ironically. You know what I mean? Like I bet they thought they were cooking a little bit with that when they pitched that in the fucking writing. Oh, we could call it unobtainium. It's like, but haven't they used that? Yeah, just call it unobtainium because it's hard to get. We can't get it anywhere else, and so they've called it unobtainium.
Better to call it floaty rockium.
Right? Yeah. So,
It's such
so
a
anyhow,
stupid
so,
freaking name, dude.
right. So Avatar sucks and is stupid, because because of unobtainium.
Yeah. It's not even
Such
a
a
joke. It's not even a
oh,
fucking joke.
it's such a stupid thing to call it. I just can't get over how stupid that. I don't know. I don't know. It's
Why so we found this super element that can save the world. What do we call it? Oh, it's kinda hard to find.
yeah,
Unobtainium. But we just obtain it. Shut up!
yeah. We just got it.
We just obtained it! What do you mean it's unobtainium?
Yeah.
Shut up, I'm trying to be smart here. You're
You
literally a
say something
diversity.
smart then.
You're literally a diversity hire. Get the fuck out of my office.
Oh. But
That's how I'm
yeah.
certain that conversation went down when they discovered unobtainium. I'm gonna write about this to HR.
Oh god, I just yeah. Yeah, fuck that movie.
Let's speak about again. If Nick Cage had been in that movie, it would have been a fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh yeah, man, if they would have had Nick Cage in there instead of I don't know. If they would have had Nick Cage instead of Giovanni Fabrizi as the main bad guy, like the corporate bad guy, that would have been a lot better.
Oh yeah, dude. You know
You
that
know?
movie he does? That you know that the meme you don't say. If he had done
Yeah,
that, if he brought that energy, Avatar would have been so much fucking better.
right.
Hey,
Oh,
he
oh, I
even
watched
Nick Cage could fucking sell unobtainium and make it sound cool.
right.
It's unobtainium because it's really hard to get. And your job is to take this element and make it easy to obtainium. Unfortunately, those blueberries has to be taken out.
Oh, easy to obtainium. Oh, that I could hear. That's perfect. I could hear them say that.
Oh god, I've been watching too many fucking Nick Cage movies, and that is not a
Yeah,
complaint.
I watched Lord of War today. That was an interesting movie. That's a good movie.
Yeah,
Um,
it's underrated. It's not the best Nick Cage movie, but he still just again Nick Cage brings every time all he's got.
yeah.
Now I know we're talking about Ghost Rider, but fuck it, Nick Cage is the best Ghost Rider. Fight me. Uh, the movie Face Off, when one Hollywood crazy person has to go against another Hollywood crazy person, and they have to pretend to be each other. Face
See,
Off.
I haven't got to Face Off yet.
Oh my god, that's such a
So
fucking treat, dude. Like, there's this scene, because Nick Cage is the crazy villain. John
right,
Travolta is the cop trying to bring him
he's a
down.
cop. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm familiar with the story of it.
Yeah.
I've just never watched. I've watched it. Well, I think I watched
But
it once a long, long time ago.
the
But
best part, though, is that Nick Cage has to pretend he's John Travolta, who's the hero, and John Travolta has to pretend he's the villain, who's Nick Cage. So they have to
right.
pretend to be each other. And then comes another scene where Nick Cage has to pretend to be Tron Travolta pretending to be Nick Cage. It is
Oh.
some of the most craziest, most beautiful shit you'll ever see. I'm just saying, people who can't enjoy a Nick Cage movie, they are missing out on a core part of life.
Yeah.
It is
See, I watched
something
that,
to
and
behold.
I watched Season of the Witch too. That was the other one I watched today.
Yeah. Not the beast! Not the beast!
No, that's the Wicker Man.
Oh, that's the Wicker Man, that's right.
Yeah, Season of the Witch is the one where him and Ron Perlman are holy warriors, and they end up leaving the Knights. They are leaving the Holy Order because the guys were having them kill kids,
Yeah.
and so
Oh, dude, there's so many Nick Cage movies. I don't even remember all of them. I need a Nick
there's a
Cage
ton. Have you ever
marathon
seen?
again.
Have you ever seen what's the one? Willy's Wonderland.
No, actually, I don't think I have.
That's the one that it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Holy
he
shit!
doesn't
Yes,
say
yes, yes!
Yeah,
It's one
and he
where
doesn't say a word in through the whole movie. Doesn't say a word through the whole thing.
no, because yeah, it's a Nights at Freddy movie, but
Yeah.
instead of the thingies, the animatronics being like unstoppable villain, he's basically the guy going there just kicking their asses.
Yeah, he kicks their ass. Yeah.
Oh god, I actually did watch that. Fucking love it.
That's a great movie.
Also he was in The Color of from Outer Space.
Color Out of Space. So I have not seen that. I keep trying to find it. I can't find a copy of it.
Yeah,
I might just end up having to buy one on Amazon because that's
yeah.
the only place I've seen it is on Prime.
It's one of the parts where Nick Cage plays it's Color from Outer Space is sort of this horror story, right? H.P. Lovecraft.
It's a Lovecraft story.
Yep. So it is starts off with a dude, a well-meaning father figure is Nick Cage character there, but it is a Lovecraftian story, so you can guess what happens eventually. It is body horror mixed with cosmic horror, and oh yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna have to be more diligent
Yeah.
in my search
best-
to find
the
a
best-
copy of it.
Damn right. The best Nick Cage movie is Con Air, though.
I haven't seen that for a long time either, but yeah, that's a good one. That's the one with See, I always get Con Air. I get scenes from Con Air and The Rock mixed up in my head
Yes.
because they're both
That's
the
the
movies with
second
because they
best,
both have
Nick
planes
Cage.
on them.
Yes.
They both have something to do with planes and stuff. But anyhow, so yeah, Con Air's the one with Steve Buscemi.
Yep.
He wanders off at the end.
And the other one is with Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, yeah.
The man, the myth, the fucking legend.
Right. The man, the myth, the sometimes women deserve a slap guy.
Is you wrong though?
Nope, not even a little bit.
Enough said.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
But
Sometimes
yeah,
women
so
nerds a bit of a slap. Question: how can you do fire in black and white? I have a texture that fits fire best.
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. I need to quickly look through here.
I know how I would do it.
How?
But that's I have a stencil for that. So.
Oh. Yeah, I need to find. Fuck, I had it, but I managed to fucking forget. Maybe. But I did see here. Aha.
Oh, there you go.
And now I have the rock theme in my head, dude. That is such a good theme.
So yeah, I haven't made it that far in the list yet. So I have to get down to the rock.
You haven't seen The Rock?
And Oh no, I have.
Oh.
No, what I'm saying is I haven't made it that far down the list of Nick Cage movies yet.
Oh, right.
Because I'm trying to catch up on ones that I really want to see and ones that I've never seen before. They're kind of obscure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I watched Leaving Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I think that's probably my favorite Nicolas Cage movie.
What was it called again?
Leaving Las Vegas. It's the one where he goes to like he loses his job because he's an alcoholic, and so he just like cashes out his 401k and everything, and decides he's gonna move to Las Vegas and just drink himself to death.
But fair enough.
And while he's doing it, he meets a prostitute and falls in love with her. That's Elizabeth Shue. And she's trying to save him, but anyhow, but it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But it's one of the serious ones. You know, like dark. It's a pretty dark show.
I mean, we can, you can respect a good dark show.
Yeah. And then, oh, that's looking cool.
Yeah. Now, if I do this,
So,
there we go.
but yeah, I was glad to see that they did for the Nick Cage Ghost Rider movie, that they did do the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. I mean, they changed the story a little bit, because it wasn't like Johnny Blaze's dad wasn't the stunt rider. That was another guy who was kind of like a father figure to him. His name was Crash Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else is basically was pretty close.
Kind of changes that are okay and not just character ruining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it still was a good story, and really it told the story of the origin of Ghost Rider, more importantly.
Yeah.
From Johnny Blaze's, origin. And it showed Like the way he used the chain in that movie was really cool. Like I love that he'd throw the chain and it'd just wrap around him. And then when he grabbed the friggin' helicopter with the chain.
So much cool shit, dude.
Yeah. It's so cool. Such a rad character with a cool motif. He's the flaming skull, badass spiker, spirit of vengeance.
Yep. And he's knocking at the door. Knocking at the door. It's so... Oh, I just fucking love that kind of shit. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that looks good, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. Wow.
Adding a little bit more dark. There you go, maybe?
Yeah, actually make it a little darker. Just a little bit. Yeah, make it a little darker. Let's see.
Let's see, I'm going to 40.
Yeah, 40 looks good.
We're going to 40.
Yeah, let's go around 40. Yeah, keep it there.
42, because that's a good meme for everyone who knows
42, that's the answer.
Yes, always the answer. Ta-da. Now, let's see. Yeah, I could use one of these. I could use this, but that would be cheating. I can do some level of cheating, but I do have a limit.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me how that looks off stream though, because I'm really curious to see how that chain brush looks. So after this.
Yeah.
So, because this is fascinating to me. I love watching you draw this shit.
Thank you.
It's like sometimes it's hard for me to focus on what we're talking about because I get sucked into watching you draw.
I take that as a big compliment.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking there. And if I do this. No, that's the wrong way. Instead, I'll do this. The best part about this is how we can fuck around a little bit. Blending textures a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
It was a good choice to do the bike from the front. Do this front angle. This is a good angle to do it from, I think.
Yes. Just gonna do something. Try to give a little bit of a gravelly feel on the ground here.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Trying to get some little bit of a dust feeling on the top here.
Yeah.
Like that. All right.
All right.
What do you think?
That's good, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty decent. And for first time in a while, we've just been doing this for an hour.
Oh, hell yeah. All right, we won. We did it.
Woo!
In your face, Bezic. Take that.
Yeah, it's under 2 hours, dude.
Oh,
there
awesome.
can be victory. Let's see. Now I just want to do one last thing. That is.
Oh yeah, get a little light off there. There you go.
Yep. Might as well just do it on front here. And while we're looking at this, I've either had the Con Air melody in my brain, or I've had the Ghost Rider theme in my head.
Yeah.
It's so hard not to fucking try and sing it, dude. You have no idea. It's such a good song. Johnny Cash is a master.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, there we go.
Nah, it's too much. It's maybe. There's something I can do with this.
Curious to see where it's going. Oh man, you know what? You could mask out that layer and make the chain red. Oh, that's a good idea.
Maybe. Though that. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Give me a second. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Combine these two. Right. Now, if I do this.
And this is one of those parts where I should be talking more, but
Yeah,
I'm so
I'm
interested
sorry.
in watching what's happened that I can't. Because it's really cool to watch. And so...
Yeah. So I'm gonna add a little bit of removal here and there.
Just burnish it a little bit, put some tarnish on it a little bit there.
Here and there, here and there.
Shade it, yeah.
Some easy tricks every now and then is important. Honest.
Foolish tarnished.
Oh, I have every time I meet Margaret, dude, I have such a beef with that guy. Oh, one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite ring rivals.
Yeah. Especially when you meet him outside of the courtyard where he's that, or outside of Leondell where he's the dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's that one guy and you hit him and he transforms into him and you gotta fight him.
Yeah.
It's like, son of a bitch. I wasn't expecting this. It's like I was just murking commoners. The next thing I know, I'm fighting Margit.
And all the while, he's just being racist as shit. It's like, okay, so this is how it feels. Now I'm gonna kick your ass. Let's see. Nah, there's a lot of good shit. There we go. Now I finally got a little bit of what I wanted.
Okay.
I think I want to go as far as to conclude it with this. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think that looks good, dude.
Yeah. Oh, I'm putting it on the nice. What do you think?
Yeah, it looks good, dude.
Yeah.
It looks good. That color change did a lot for the chain. That made all the difference right there.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Want to go up to 60 or keep it at 50?
Let's see. No, go back up to 50. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, right there. Leave it at 55. I think that's good.
55. All right. Yep, and with that, we have done Ghost Rider. Hell yeah, and we're still just 1 hour and 8 minutes. Suck it, Besek. Ha!
All right.
Well,
Close enough.
Yep. Speaking of Besek, I would like to extend a thank you to Besek, who will go through the time of editing this, and without his help and technological wrangling, this series and this channel wouldn't exist. A big thank you to Robert Renato for letting me use his music. A lot of good stuff. Go check out his channel. He has a lot of compilation videos now, so if you want some ambient background music, that's where you go. And of course, a big thank you to you, Dave, for taking time in your schedule and hanging out to draw again, because this is always fun for me.
It's my pleasure as always, dude.
Yeah. Well, and also a very big thank you to everyone who's taken time out of their day to drop by and have a listen and or a look. If you're interested in what you see, if you want me to draw something for you, I can do commissions. Just go to either my Ko-Fi or reach out to me on Twitter or on Discord. DMs are basically open, so feel free to reach out. And with that, I'm going to close down the episode. Any parting words, Dave?
Um, I would like to say mucho because it means a lot.
Yeah. And with Dave being a smartass, thank you again, dude, for joining, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.